Hello everyone and welcome to this detailed video on how to replace a damaged drain pump in your Samsung front loader washing machine. You'll need to replace this part if your washing machine isn't draining during cycles. So, without wasting any more time, let's get right to it. In order to prevent any chances of electrocution, make sure your washing machine is disconnected from the power outlet before starting this repair. Also ensure that the water supply is turned off in order to prevent leaks. Depending on the location of your washing machine, you will need to pull the drain hose out of the standpipe for easier access to the back of the appliance. Next, you need to disconnect the water supply hose from the port at the back of the machine. Some water may spill out, so ensure that you have a rag nearby to clean any leak. The next thing you need to do is take out the Phillips screws at the back of the machine, holding the top panel. With the screws removed, slide the top cover backwards about an inch or so, then lift it up the machine. Go to the front of the machine and release the soap tray from the housing by pressing the little tab inside. Loosen the Phillips screw on the control panel next to the dispenser's opening. Loosen the Phillips screws at the top of the control panel. Carefully pry the control panel off the front of the machine, then set it on top of the cabinet. Open your washing machine's door, then loosen the screws on the front panel, securing the door lock. Carefully pry the lower front access panel off the machine. Loosen the Phillips screws underneath the front panel. Carefully wedge a flat blade screwdriver underneath the retaining band around the door piece. Then walk the screwdriver around to take the wire out. Ensure that you don't puncture the door piece. Pry the door boot seal off the lip of the front panel. Use your Phillips screwdriver to take out the nuts at the top of the front panel. Carefully lift the entire front panel off the cabinet and set it aside. Loosen the Phillips screw on the cabinet, securing the heating element's grounding wire. Carefully pull out the emergency drain tube. Place a small container underneath the emergency drain tube, then pull the cap off the hose. Once all the water drains out, push the cap back on. Reach into the machine and unplug the drain pump's wire connector. Release the drain pump wires from the retainers on the housing. Using a pair of pliers, squeeze the retaining clamps holding the sump hose and the outlet hose to the ports on the pump, then slide them out of place. Loosen the Phillips screw securing the drain pump to the machine. Pull the drain pump out of place. Pull each hose off the drain pump. Once you've taken out the old pump, install the new one by pushing it into place in the cabinet. Pass the emergency drain tube through the opening on the machine. Connect the outlet hose to the appropriate port on the new drain pump, then slide the retaining clamp into place to secure it. Plug the wire connector into the new drain pump. Put the heating element grounding wire back in place, then tighten the screw to secure it. Push the cover onto the emergency drain tube. Apply the 3 screws to secure the new drain pump to the cabinet. Place the door lock on the front panel. Tighten the 2 screws to secure the door lock. Carefully mount the front panel onto the cabinet. Tighten the Phillips screws at the top of the front panel. Tighten the Phillips screws at the bottom of the front panel. Carefully fit the door boot seal around the lip of the front panel. Use a flat blade screwdriver to help fit the retaining wire around the door boot seal. Snap the lower front access panel back onto the machine. Snap the control panel onto the front of the machine, then tighten the Phillips screw next to the dispenser's opening. Slide the soap tray back into the dispenser housing. Secure the control panel by tightening the screws at the top. Place the top cover on the cabinet, then slide it into place. Secure the top cover by tightening the Phillips screws at the back. Plug your washing machine back into the electrical outlet, then turn the water supply faucet back on. Once you've completed all these steps, try running a wash cycle to see if your machine works properly.